Hey everybody, Punisher88 here. So, I'm finally getting around to it. Yes, I could hear all the sighs of relief going, phew, finally! Yes, I'm finally getting around to doing my movie review of the newest rendition of the Disney classic, Beauty and the Beast. Now, I know I was supposed to do this something like 2 weeks ago, but due to, being busy, also being a bit under the weather, just roadblocks were getting in the way, and I just wasn't able to do it. But I did say at the beginning of this week that I promised I would find some time to do it. So here we are. So I got all my notes printed out here. So let's get to it. So once upon a time, long ago in France, a selfish and self-absorbed prince played by actor Dan Stevens is transformed into a hideous beast, and a powerful spell is placed upon his castle and servants. After the prince turns away an old beggar woman seeking shelter, unaware that the woman is in fact a powerful enchantress. Years pass, and life continues in a small village not too far away, where a kindly music box maker named Maurice, played by acting legend Mr. Kevin Kline. I like Kevin Kline, so I say acting legend. I actually liked him in Wild Wild West. Yeah, I know. Lives with his daughter, Belle, played by the equally awesome Emma Watson, a independent-minded young woman whose love of literature and progressive way of living makes her an outcast amongst the more traditionalist-minded members of the village. When Maurice inadvertently stumbles upon the prince's castle, he winds up being taken prisoner by the beast, only for Belle to come after him and force the beast into making her his prisoner. Instead, despite the beast's outright hostile behavior towards Belle when she first arrives, he thereafter begins to show her kindness and care, in turn leading Belle, with encouragement from the castle's enchanted staff, to realize that there's much more to her captor than meets the eye. Meanwhile, Maurice seeks help in rescuing Belle from the beast's castle, and soon accepts the assistance of the village's popular war hero, Gaston. What a prick. Sorry. Played by actor Luke Evans, and unaware that Gaston's interest in saving Belle are far less noble than he claims. Yeah. Hence the reason why I call him a prick. The latest addition to Disney's growing collection of live-action movies based on the studio's classic animated filmography, Beauty and the Beast recaptures enough of the enchanting atmosphere and whimsical spirit of its Oscar-winning hand-drawn predecessor. And Beauty and the Beast is an unabashed live-action CGI homage to the 1991 animated film that inspired it, in terms of both its story and visual style, but incorporates enough fresh material into the mix to really stand its own, if not as firmly as, say, Disney and director Jon Favreau's live-action The Jungle Book before it, but still, this retelling is far from a disappointment. Beauty and the Beast does right by its predecessor, delivering a musical experience that both my mouth is going faster than my brain, delivering a musical experience that both dazzles the eyes and really plucks at the heartstrings. Drawing from the original animated movie screenplay by Linda Wolverton, Beauty and the Beast screenwriters Steven Chbosky and Evan, this name, Spiliotopoulos. Greek names. I always have problem with those, but I think I nailed that one. Retain the basic narrative framework of Wolverton's script, while integrating additional character backstory material and subplots that further flesh out the larger story. Now, while some of these added elements prove to be more essential and effective at expanding the original animated movie's fairy tale world than others, they are by and large woven together seamlessly here. Beauty and the Beast, in turn, succeeds at putting a comparatively modern spin on the themes and concepts of its predecessor without also undermining the 2D classic that came before it and or ostracizing longtime fans who feel that the animated Beauty and the Beast holds up quite well more than 25 years after the fact, and it even addresses a few matters that the 91 version skips over. Now, from a directional perspective, Beauty and the Beast's Oscar-winning helmsman Bill Condon fashions the movie as a fanciful yet stylistically old-fashioned musical that falls closer to his work on Dreamgirls, which Condon wrote and directed, than his efforts on Chicago, which Condon scripted. Condon and his collaborators bring the world and magical characters of Beauty and the Beast to life in live action with impressive production values, smoothly blending decadent real-world sets with shiny digital backdrops and photorealistic versions of the famous enchanted servants that populate the Beast's castle. The new look of the servants will require some adjusting some adjusting for the fans of the animated Beauty and the Beast. I know I was one. But they work in motion, and their own tweaked designs usually serve some practical purpose. Similarly, Condon and his team succeed in finding ways to stage such iconic musical numbers as Gaston and Be Our Guest that are clever and visually engaging, though admittedly less expressive and limited by the live-action filmmaking medium in ways that the animated Beauty and the Beast was not. Paper here. Now, while the new songs, once again co-written by Alan Menken, in Beauty and the Beast are not as memorable as the most famous tunes from its animated predecessor, they are important from a storytelling and character perspective here. At the same time, serving to allow the film's impressive cast to show off their vocal talents. Now, stars Emma Watson and Dan Stevens naturally aren't as impressive in the vocal performance arena as the seasoned stage actors in the film's supporting cast. More on them shortly. But both are as good as, in some cases, better than other A-listers seen in recent musical movies. Watson and Stevens really helped to make up the difference in the acting department, successfully distinguishing their own versions of Belle and the Beast from their animated counterparts. Stevens in particular impresses with a emotionally rich motion capture, while Watson succeeds in making Belle a heroine more in the same vein of Hermione Granger. Beauty and the Beast gives experienced Broadway performers Luke Evans and Josh Gad a chance to properly showcase their singing abilities, with Evans further delivering an enjoyable performance as the self-obsessed, hyper-masculine Gaston, and Gad as the flattering Le Fou, gaining a bit more depth than his animated predecessor. And though for all the talk about his sexuality, he's mostly only coded as gay. So for all the bashers out there, come on. Rounding out the supporting cast, in the film are such actors with proven singing chops as Kevin Kline, who plays Maurice, Ian McGregor as Lumiere, Emma Thompson as Miss Potts, and Audra McDonald as Madame de Gardrobe. In addition to acclaimed character actors Ian McKellen as Cogsworth, Stanley Tucci as Cadenza, and Gugu Mbatha Raw as Plumette, in primarily non-singing roles. The human players and enchanted servants in Beauty and the Beast tend to not be as memorable or stand out as much as their 2D counterparts, in general, that is, but are nevertheless entertaining and engaging in their in their respective roles here. The live-action Beauty and the Beast may not achieve instant classic status the way that its '91 predecessor did, but that's as much a testament to the high bar set by the latter than anything else. Condon's Beauty and the Beast delivers enough in the way of classic Disney romance and musical delight served with a modern edge to it that it ought to manage to please most fans of the original animated movie, as well as the younger generation of film goers who have never heard of the tale as old as time before. And in my experience and whatnot, I say the film is also worth checking out in IMAX, as the enhanced sound and larger canvas really offered by the format benefits the eye candy and classic songs on display. Overall, I give Beauty and the Beast a strong 3.5 out of 5. So in other words, I say it's very good, and well, I'm pretty damn sure by now that it's out of theaters, but when this sucker comes out on DVD or Blu-ray, however you guys choose to get your movies in the store, I say pick it up, give her a good watch, pop that sucker in, make up a nice big bowl of popcorn, and just sit back and enjoy. And this is coming from a guy who's not really big into musicals. I mean, I love Grease. That's probably one of the only real musicals I could watch over and over and over again. I don't really mind Hairspray and West Side Story, a classic. I will watch once or twice here and there. But yeah, usually when it comes to full-on musicals, I'm not really the biggest fan. But when I watched this, I was like, damn, this is pretty damn good. So yeah, it's got my seal of approval. Anyway, folks, so I came through for you guys. I promised. I said that I would do my review of Beauty and the Beast, sometime this week. I did. It's in the books. I'm happy. Next review that's going to be coming your way from me is going to be somewhere more in my wheelhouse. It's going to be comic book related, and that is, of course, the new smash, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Can't wait to bring that to you guys. So, yeah, that's that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, give her a thumbs up. If not, give her a thumbs down. And if you enjoy movie reviews like this, well, check out the playlist I put together of the few movie reviews I have done already. Again, I'm not going to make this like a ongoing thing. I did explain that I would only do reviews of like big movies that are coming out. Even though I know like everyone else is doing them, but I figure what the heck, gives my channel content that little added spice of difference, you know what I mean? So, yeah, anyway, so check out the playlist I put together of all the other movie reviews I've done already, and as well, while looking around my channel, make sure to comment on any video you like, because I love reading them as well as answering them. And also, while looking around, make sure to like or dislike any video you watch. Yes, I did say dislike, because let's face it, no one's perfect, right? And then, when all is said and done, before leaving, make sure to click that subscribe button. Alrighty, so that's it for now, but I will see you guys back here on Saturday, or more likely the weekend in general, for the weekend comic review, as well as What's What with Punisher 88. And then I will see you guys on Saturday night, for which I'm assuming will be rolling with again another episode of the awesome hangout of myself, Undisputed Frost, Buckshot 33, the uncanny Kyle Waka, Marky 316, and Greg of Greg's Comic Book Corner. That's right, the awesome hangout that is known as the Perfect Plex. And if there is one going on this Saturday, come on by Undisputed Frost channel. That goes down at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pop on by in the chat. Come say hi. And if not, just hang around and listen to some good old boys talk some good old-fashioned wrestling. Alrighty? So, till next time, this is Punisher 88, signing off. See ya!